What's up, everybody, and welcome to the back nine of round one here at the 2021 Myrtle Beach Open, presented by US Disc Golf. This coverage is brought to you by J. Mike's Flavor Station. If you're in the Myrtle Beach area, definitely stop by and get yourself a sweet smoothie. And this commentary is brought to you by Parked Podcast. My name is Mitch Phillips, and joining me is my co-host, Hayden Riccard. Talk to me about round one in the front nine, Hayden.
It's pretty good. Got to see Holly Finley go on a streak of birdies, and that putt was very on fire.
Yeah, once she got it locked in, had some tough putts in the beginning. Once she got it locked in, it was on fire.
Yeah.
Something we're going to see on this back nine, though, is we're leaving the woods, and we're going to have the wind come into a lot more play. But let's go into the front nine leaderboard with Natalie Ryan and Rebecca Cox very close. Also, Macy Vela-Diaz after that front nine. We're going to see how they play the rest of this round.
Yeah, should be interesting.
Let's get into hole 10.
Hole 10, 288 feet, par 3, looking at a straight shot. Also, there's a hyzer route to this, but it's pretty simple. We'll probably see the ladies go with a high fairway or a full speed driver.
It really depends on the wind here.
But also, you see here, Catrina Allen with the putter. Yeah. She's going with that putter all day today.
Yeah, she's trusting it. And that's what it comes down to. There's a lot of holes out here that are under that 300 feet with the layout that these ladies are playing. Comes out a little bit late.
She ripped on that one, though. You could tell that she wanted to get as much distance out of that thing as you wanted.
Yeah, you can see Holly Finley here checking the wind after watching that putter turn a little bit. Really good
correction. Going a little high.
Still got a lot of distance after that tree hit. She'll have a putt, probably edge of circle too.
Yeah, probably.
Focus is key on a lot of these holes in the back nine. The road is very close. There's a lot going on. Then you add in the wind. Wow. Found a way there for hope.
You can see that left to right wind on that flag. So you know there's a lot of wind pushing that disc over, even though you know they're throwing an understable disc trying to get that turn and then finish out.
Here's Deann. Throwing the understable fairway. Similar line to Hope's. Maybe going to hook up a little bit more. She actually goes long. That's really good, but she's going to have an interesting putt coming back with that tailwind. Here's Kat after her kick on her first shot. Going to go to forehand mid-range, I believe. Not a lot here.
Interesting step out. Not a bad lie. Kicked out back into the fairway, so she'll have a straight shot to put it underneath the basket.
Definitely not expecting to get a bogey walking into this one, but when the wind's coming into play, I mean, you can see that flag moving.
Yeah.
Maybe a
trust in that
run.
PA1 or whatever it is, putter, just to put it under the basket and take her four.
Let's see if Holly can continue. Oh, just low. A little bit closer than that was the range. She was just on the stripe every time in that front nine.
You can see that swirling wind on that putt, and then it just falls into the basket.
So the Gatekeeper rewind, you see the full extension with the leg. What a commitment.
That's a good catch.
Had some putting woes in the front nine, wanted to come out just blazing, and I mean, it's a phenomenal putt. Into that headwind, it stayed lifted, really good angle control out of her hand with that.
Hopefully that gives her some confidence going into these next putts.
Oh, Deann just left on the birdie look. It's always tough stepping up to a shorter putt if someone just hit one bigger than you. You can see the confidence in a totally different wind read, just even 20 feet to the right. Where
you can see the wind swirling in different directions, so it's really tough to gauge where that disc is going to go.
Yeah, you can get really technical when it comes to wind like this and know that you're a tailwind putter, know that you're a headwind putter, and try to put the disc or your approach or on your drive, try to be in a different area. But it's definitely a tough thing to do because these lines are not easy to hit either. So it's a lot going into it.
Yep.
Going to hole 11, par 4, 543 feet. There's a lot of options off this tee. The road is not out of bounds as it crosses throughout the fairway. But then you have a lot of obstacles approaching this green. So the drive being not too tough of a shot, but once you get to this green, you have this tree that's nearly fallen down, a lot of things happening. Let's see the players probably lean on their most comfortable disc, something they can really get a lot of distance into. Absolute smash from Hope here.
Really wanted that. I think if she didn't kick that tree a little bit, she would have gone way long.
Yeah, there was a lot more distance behind that one. Oh, great angle out of the hand from Holly.
A really good shot. And gets the skip play.
Puts her on that left side, have a nice hyzer into the green.
Deann going with the Wraith.
Looks like the wind has died down just a little bit.
Just a little. That was a good kick, though, for her.
Yep, still gives her that
Still
hyzer
forward.
approach. See if Kat can bounce back after that bogey on hole 10. Knowing she wants to be on that left side. Oh my gosh, skipping past Holly's disc there.
We'll see if she has a look from over there. I can't tell from here. Here's Deann's second shot. You can see this down tree really coming into play here. She's going to have to go low, or maybe just in front of it. That'll work just inside the circle. Really good control. Knowledge of the course there, knowing how far she can push before that tree. Yeah, she's going to be able to have a look for that.
Hope almost giving it a run there. My goodness, through the uprights. Great shot there from Hope.
She's feeling it off of that last hole.
Yeah, you hit that big putt. You got some confidence going into it. Just low out of the hand for Holly. Didn't see her throw any forehands on the front nine, so definitely maybe not a confident stroke she's feeling right now, but that'll put her in a good spot. Should be an easy layup for a par.
And Kat was trying to go up and just pipe it. Unfortunate tree kick. The ceiling there was pretty low, so she had to worry about that as well.
Yeah, and you could see even after it, she kind of swiped a little bit of a forehand, like maybe that was what she had kind of thought about. We'll see when they come back here for round 3 if she makes that correction. Good play for par there for Holly.
Yeah. It's almost like a half bid.
Let's see if Hope can continue these long putts. Oh, just off the front cage. Asking it to curl back. Finally listens. Comes to rest there. Probably another 15, 20 footer.
Deann for the birdie.
Just low. You see that wind really has stopped. It's got to be confusing to have a lot of wind and no wind, and you kind of get used to putting a certain way, but when the wind is swirling like this, it's really just finding that stroke that's working and just being really committed on it.
It's a good comeback for the par from Hope.
It would have been awesome to see her hit 2 huge putts in a row, carry that after just tumultuous front nine up and down, but starting it off with a big putt. But you can tell she's got some confidence already. Different vibe for her for sure so far on this back nine. Woo, the way she's putting so hard, so confident.
She was like, please hold.
Yeah, there's a little bit of fear in there. But it sticks in for the par from Holly. You see Kat taking her time, knowing that there's any chance that wind could come out of nowhere, making sure it's all clear before she lets go on that putt.
And Deann here cleaning it up.
Yeah, Deann knows with that good kick, she wanted to be able to capitalize.
And it kind of seems like that was in her plan of getting a par there. I mean, take advantage of the birdie, but moving into hole 12, 390, par 3. It is straight off the fairway, and then got some mandatory trees that you got to go in between. Just a really straight shot, and you can see them going with fairway drivers or full speed drivers.
Yeah, 390. This is max distance for a lot of these women here. Definitely reachable.
That is a good pull from Hope.
Yeah, this is definitely a hole there. Most of these women are playing for par. But if you get a good pull with maybe the wind stands up the disc a little bit more than you're expecting, is definitely a chance for it to get all the way there. Yeah, that seems like exactly the play she was going for. We saw her turn that disc last hole, so knowing that she's kind of changing the angle a little bit, leaning on the same disc, and being able to just throw it with confidence, knowing that it's not going to burn over.
I think she's trying to get one of those gaps and just have an opening to the basket right there.
Deann going full flight. Definitely the closest of the bunch.
Almost
smash.
Almost pin high.
After a good wind read from Deann, let's see if Kat can kind of match that line, knowing she can return it a little bit. Oh, wow.
This looks really good. Yeah.
Kat into circle one nearly.
That's
what a
pretty
smash.
textbook right there.
Yep, using the entire fairway, that left to right shot with a high-speed driver, nonetheless. Hope just playing exactly how she practiced, going for the par.
Same with Holly. Nothing wrong with that at all.
It's a good thing to know your game in that way, I think, too, to know, like, there is OB behind. You know, it's maybe not really worth bringing that into play or trying to throw harder than you should, and you put yourself in a weird position.
Shank the shot.
Yeah, take that stress-free par on a hole this distance. Kat with a look for birdie.
It's pretty max distance for these ladies.
Oh, just high.
Gave it a bid. They look good out of her hand.
Yeah, with that wind swirling again, her putt maybe wanted to stay up a little bit more than she expected on that hyzer angle. With that left to right wind, it just kept it up. Here's Hope Brown for par.
Just a little high out her hands.
We'll see Deann tap this out for par as well.
Honestly, that's a really good score on this hole.
Oh, Deann getting caught up there on her glove. Should be easy tap out here for Kat. Still taking her time, knowing that par is a good score on this hole. Not trying to have any unforced errors.
Smart. Very, very smart.
Yeah, she's sitting even right now, but I think with the holes coming up, the way that she confidently threw that drive, especially with a high-speed drive like that left to right using the whole fairway, you can tell she's definitely still got it. Holly, these short putts.
Still questioning these short putts.
Yeah, she's really putting a lot of force behind them after maybe some not fully committed shots. But let's get into hole 13, par 3, 318 feet. There's a couple different lines on this one too, similar to the last hole. Up the middle is going to be your most direct line that the drone's flying here, but there is a hyzer line and also a forehand on the left side as well. Most of these players, I feel like, are going to throw a very similar shot to the last hole. Holly definitely throwing the same disc. Oh, what a beautiful shot there.
Using that ground play on a lot of these holes is key to getting in close.
Yeah, knowing, all the tournaments and all the different courses that these women play throughout the year, walking into a course and knowing that ground play is an option compared to, a place that has a really long grass, but using this hard packed sand to your advantage is definitely something that is needed. And you can see Holly Finley display that right there.
Yep.
I would expect Kat to go the hyzer line here.
Yep, using that ground play, like I said.
Following Holly's line perfectly.
It's easier when you can throw it and then just let it fade back into the basket.
Yeah, let the disc do the work.
And use that ground play to your advantage. Definitely helps.
Really good pull there, but just a little bit off. Maybe was worried about that wind, threw a little bit more overstable disc.
She had the right distance, just didn't get the right angle.
Still be inside the circle with a look for a par save. Deann with a little half bid here. One of those has got to fall. She's been putting those about basket high, maybe a couple feet left or right, but putting those confidently in that area, getting that stroke. One's going to fall for sure. Here's hope for par. Just a bit right.
And she knows it.
Yeah, she knew it out of her hand for sure.
Deann for par.
Mm.
You can tell she's kind of frustrated there with her putts today.
Yeah, there's a distance kind of where in your mind it's a gimme, but then when you put yourself in the situation with the conditions on camera, there's definitely some moments of confusion, just like Holly's having right here.
Yep.
She's had a couple that have almost kicked back out. Looked like she maybe softened up a little bit and pushed it left side. It's unfortunate, but with the way these conditions are, it's going to happen to everyone on a day like this.
Yeah, and you can see now the wind just picked up. But good birdie from Cat.
Yeah.
Being able to capitalize and take a stroke on the card.
Brings her back under par through 13 holes. You see that wind really coming into play. The flag is ripping. What was just a simple 10-foot comeback here definitely takes some more time. Put some more effort behind it. Knowing you have that right to left wind as well, that disc is going to want to push left. Let's see if she puts on that same angle she usually does, or maybe she puts a little bit more hyzer on it. Good correction.
Good comeback. Holly and Deann cleaning up.
The XT Nova. It taught me how to throw smooth, clean lines, but it also taught me how to build trust in my disc. I can put it on any line and it will hold it. I know when I throw it, it's gonna stick right there. I feel like it's very unique, and it kind of reminds me like nobody's ever the same. That's what I love about it. It stands out. And for me as a person, I like to stand out.
Moving on to hole 14, 316 feet. This is the first hole that's going to be pretty much open space, and you're going to see a lot of the players try for that big hyzer, but the thing you got to worry about is OB left and OB behind the basket.
Yeah, and you have that little ditch too, so shots that you think maybe are right under the basket will come up short. See Kat leaning on this mid-range she's thrown a couple times today. Flag's moving a little bit. But with that left to right wind and the hyzer angle she threw, that wind is just pushing down on that flight plate the whole time. Never really had a chance to get there, but she'll have definitely a good look for the birdie. I believe Holly's throwing that same driver she's been throwing, but just got a little bit turned over.
Yeah, that left to right wind's going to be brutal.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if Deann can correct after seeing both those shots be pushed down.
Looks good.
Down.
Got a little skippy there.
Yeah, once that hit the ground, flight plate showed and just the wind just carried it left. But she'll have a look for par. She's not too far outside the circle. After seeing an array of shots from her card mates, let's see what Hope is going to do here. Just a little bit low out of the hand.
I feel like your height plate on this hole would be tricky because you get that left to right wind, but also you don't want to skip OB. So you want to keep it mid-level height, but also get the distance that you can.
Yeah, and it's a mental choice for sure. I think laying up for, not necessarily laying up, but giving yourself an easier par, as Hope nearly throws in a birdie from way outside.
Trying so hard to come back.
Let's see if Kat got a good enough wind read to maybe run it herself here. A little bit of headwind here.
No jump putt.
No, she wasn't even messing with the chance that she hits that basket and rolls.
It's a smart decision.
Yeah. Just low from Deann. Be a 4 for her. Which is definitely a common score on a hole like this when you have the OB circling, that wind blowing.
I think that was early out of her hand from Holly.
Yeah, it looked like it may have slipped. Maybe it's getting a little cold in the hands. Definitely a little quicker than we've seen Holly putt today.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot going on this part of the course. You have people warming up in the background. You have some cars rolling around. So definitely not the easiest to really lock in and focus, even on those short putts here on hole 14.
I tell you, it would be in my head. All those cars and all those people putting, other people being around, definitely would get into my mind.
It's one of those things you got to block out, do your routine, and just lock in. Moving on to hole 15, par 3, 333 feet. This is a shot in which we go back to similar lines from the front nine, but we're in the open. That left to right, a little over 300-foot shot. But we'll see how this wind plays, but it is definitely a forehand-friendly hole if you have it, as Catrina's going to reach for here. But if you're throwing that backhand, it's carrying very far, and it's a very late turn. So it takes a very specific disc. And you do have the double mando here, but it doesn't really change the shots too much with the double mando. This Cat burns over that forehand just a little bit, but gets some good distance out of it.
It's a touchy forehand, I would say. Especially with that mando in front.
Yeah. Hope going for the backhand here. Definitely going to need some height to get all the way there.
You want height, but you also have a low ceiling that you have to worry about.
Right. And that slightly elevated basket too. We'll see how these up shots will be changed. Maybe put it close, knowing you have an uphill putt. All right, disc, right angle, just a little bit off the line there. Really good kick straight forwards.
That's a really good kick. I think she got another 50 feet off of that kick.
She's happy about it, seeing her there in the background. She knows that she got away with something, but definitely has an easier par than she expected. Deann going with the inside line. If that fades back, it actually may be a really good look. Wow.
Pin high.
Wow, what a
deep,
shot.
Or deep.
Mm-hmm.
She's on the backside of that mound.
She'll have a look for birdie.
Trying to get the height for the distance, but you have that low ceiling from those oaks right there.
Yeah, you see that wind picking up. So definitely want to put it close, knowing that a long putt is not going to be a great time.
That one just kind of I think it a little bit too much nose up and just died down, or that would have been underneath.
Totally different play there from Holly. You can see her just veteran play there of being able to throw low, get under the wind, and just put it right up there. Easy par. Give herself stress-free.
I think it was off the flagpole.
Mm-hmm. Here's Deann for birdie. Kind of an awkward stance, but even just to have a look for birdie. Let's see if she gives this a full run. She's a lot closer than I expected. Oh,
what
yes.
a putt.
Stroke on the card, probably a stroke on many of the people in the field.
She needed that one.
Great one. Little fist bump for her there. That's a huge confidence booster on a hole that you see not many birdies, especially the line that she took to sneak all the way around that backside. Here's hope for the comebacker. Just right again. She knew it out of her hand. That wind picking up now. It's become a headwind putt with an uphill basket. Good correction there. Unfortunate double bogey here on hole 15 for her. Throwing the right shots, just a little bit more confidence in that putt, which will come.
Yeah, and good par from Cat.
Yeah, it's such a different way to approach the approach there for her between Holly and Cat, knowing I feel confident in my putt from this distance, or I feel confident in my putt from this distance. But let's move into hole 16.
Hole 16, 282 feet, par 3. You're going to see the ladies go with a big hyzer here, trying to just use that to their advantage and just skip into there.
Yeah, see probably a different shot shape from a lot of different players. Maybe a slower fairway driver, and maybe a mid-range if you want to go up the middle, but the rough definitely gets pretty rough, and maybe obstruct putt if you're long or to the right here.
Deann going fairway. This looks really good.
Oh, perfection.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely parked.
Perfect. think everybody's going to follow suit of that.
See Catrina here throwing a wider rim disc. I'm going to cut through that wind a little bit more. Yep, going more of a hyzer play.
Looking for the skip.
Oh, really good tree there to keep her out of the rough.
Good tree.
With the way the wind is playing right now, this hole is kind of begging for that hyzer shot of the right hand. Oh!
Wow.
Almost giving it a chance to ace there. She knows it grinning there in the background.
That was a shot if I've ever seen one.
All right, you just saw the ace line here, Hope. Let's see it. Oh my gosh, drop. Woo!
Two of them giving some ace runs.
Yep. Hope skips a little bit long, but because of her straddle putt, she should be fine to come back here.
Wind's moving a little bit left to right.
It's kind of the distance she's lived in this back nine. Oh, unfortunate. It kind of switched to a headwind there as she was putting. Being so close to the coast here, the wind is always swirling. Yeah, Cat just giving it a moment. Using all the time she has to really see if that wind's going to stay consistent.
Such a hard putt from that distance with that wind moving.
Yeah. We've talked about it on the podcast before, just the up-and-coming players that when you do need that push putt to that spin putt, and some of the best putters in the world are able to switch that on a dime.
Yeah.
And that's definitely maybe a moment where Catrina could have switched to a spin putt, but knowing her putt well enough where she stuck with it and was confident with it. But I think as we see the years go on, we're going to see players be able to switch back and forth, just to be able to get into the basket in any situation.
Well, it's to cut that wind. It's just to cut through and get to the basket quicker and be on a level plane instead of fluttering out.
Yep. And you see Hope do that exactly right there.
That's a good par save, though.
Mm-hmm. We still have not gotten to the drives of some of the other ladies here. Put it very close here on hole 16. Even from the short distance, Catrina taking her time. Good confident stroke to get the par there.
Routine.
Yeah, as you near the end of the round, you definitely just want to take the extra time and just know that every stroke is counting.
Yeah, and Deann there with another birdie.
Yep.
Going into hole 17.
It's 258 feet, par 3. The trees come back into play here. We're going back in the woods as we finish out this back nine. This one definitely has a lot of trees on the green, a lot of roots, can take some interesting rolls and skips, but you're going to see a lot of the players probably disc down to a mid-range, disc down to maybe a putter that they have a lot of control over and can really just match the angle. It's not needing a lot of left-to-right movement, more of a straight shot. Oh, just a bit right for Deann, but gets a really good kick all the way up to circle's edge.
Holly probably going with a mid-range.
Let's see what line she's taking here. Yeah, more of an understable mid-range. That's a great shot there. With that tailwind, knowing everything's going to want to finish a little bit harder left.
She might have an awkward putt there, but definitely a look for a birdie.
She hit a couple of those in the front nine where she still was able to step out and find her full stroke.
Cat going with that putter. I think she just early released that one.
Yeah, that disc has very much been turning right. So I think she was a little bit surprised there. Came out a bit early. Let's see if Hope can get a birdie here on 17. Oh, that looks perfect. Great speed control.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is lovely, lovely line there from Hope. Wow, what a
Good
touch
upshot.
forehand there.
And especially with a putter, too.
Mm-hmm. It's a very good tool in your bag to have, that kind of step out forehand putter, control the angle. Deann giving it a run.
Deann wanted that one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, here's Holly with a pretty close putt here, but definitely having to straddle. See if she can get that full stroke in.
Yeah.
Nice. It's interesting when she straddle putts, she kind of has more of a left to right movement with her putt, but still is able to hit her line with that dead center.
Hope here for her birdie. Good putt.
The way to come back after that distance of putt has definitely been some trouble for her so far. But being able to hit that as this round is closing out, it's a huge, huge confidence booster going into the next 2 rounds here at Myrtle Beach Open.
Cat's here cleaning up her par.
Just displaying there that no putt is free with this wind. That's a putt in a casual round. You're keeping your bag on and doing everything.
I agree.
We get to hole 18.
Last hole, 433 feet, par 4. This one is a little bit tough, and this is a hard hole to end on.
Yeah, it's a shorter par 4, but it is very much a 2-shot par 4 unless you're going to throw some crazy flex line and try to get all the way there.
And get lucky through those trees.
Mm-hmm. This hole is definitely known for some pretty crazy tree kicks, favorable or not. Definitely can come in quick. The play here, I think, is really just to kind of go straight and finish left. Oh, just a little bit early from Holly. Shrugs it off.
Shrugs it off, just moves on.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a mid-range here from Hope Brown.
Yeah, it's the placement shot. I think that's a good idea. You're not it is a par 4. You're not looking to bite off too much. You're really just trying to put yourself in a good spot. Whoa, with a beautiful tree kick to the great spot there.
She might have a look further there.
Or the birdie here. Let's see. Deann going driver.
Oh, yeah.
Very smooth, understable driver there.
Had a little bit of a late fade there.
Mm-hmm. Skipped up over the roots. Let's see what Catrina's looking at with her forehand here. Definitely trying to bite off a ton with that flex.
I mean, honestly, that's not a bad shot with that flex shot.
Mm-hmm. Similar result to Deann there, but Holly has work to do. I believe she's from a knee here. Wow.
To get out to the fairway in the middle like that, it's really impressive.
Now definitely an interesting shape to the green. This is not where you usually are looking at this green. You're more to the left. But she's been throwing this really good left to right Anheuser shot all around. Oh, and it continues.
Yeah. That looks really good.
Yes, Holly.
What a good upshot.
What a play. Not the par she's expecting, but what a scramble to finish this first round strong. Shocking response there from Hope. Was committing that, getting all the way there. Just has another fairway she's on now. Let's see what she has here. Maybe something high through the trees.
We can hope so. She tried. It's tough. Like I said in the beginning of the front nine, if you get off the fairway, it's tough to get back into the fairway.
Deann with a great line. A little bit to the right there, about circle's edge. But with how many trees are on the screen, it's really just get close. Going to see an overhand shot here from Hope. Definitely in trouble. Fights all the way out, though.
She got out.
Cat, after just a picture-perfect drive, has this kind of slight hyzer flip up with a putter.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
That's really nice.
It's definitely an advantage to have that forehand off the tee to kind of match the shape of it to put you in a consistent landing zone. Hope giving it a run.
She was just trying to get close.
Yeah, she's trying to after that. Just unfortunate events. Going to the overhand here. Here's Deann for a long look for birdie. It's a little bit short left. Cat for birdie. The first time in a long time that flag is not moving.
Good putt.
Confident stroke there to finish off round 1 at 2 under par. Respectable score in these conditions.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, you saw what was happening on the front 9. I mean, back 9, you definitely want to probably match or be around the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good par there. Holly planned to game plan on a lot of these holes. She came out, practiced well, and with these wind and just the cold coming in, she really stuck to it. And -3 is a great score to start off this tournament.
Definitely.
And Deann finishes with a par there as well. The drive that she had, definitely looking for the birdie, but kind of up and down back 9 here. A couple of birdies. Hope definitely not with the round that she wanted, she expected. Just some unfortunate things, but definitely things she can correct and come back.
Yeah, and then round 1 leaderboard. Still looking at Natalie Ryan at 4 down, Rebecca Cox at 3, Holly Finley at 3, Macy Valadiaz 3. Some others chasing.
Tied at the top. It's tied at the top going into round 2 here.
It's a tough course for these ladies.
Yeah, we'll be going to a different course for round 2, so definitely stay tuned for that. But for us wrapping up here at 2021 Myrtle Beach Open round 1, I've been Mitch Phillips. Joining me is Hayden Riccard with Parked Podcast. We'll see you at round 2.